Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be talking about the Kansas weekend for Cup, Xfinity and the Truck Series. But before we get into that, let's first about next week's schedule race, which will be at Talladega for Trucks, Xfinity and the Cup Series. So first off with the Truck Series on Friday, October 4th. 1 p.m. Eastern Time will be qualifying for the Truck Series, that'll be on FS2, while 4:30 p.m. will be the Truck Series race for the running of the Love's RV Stop 225. That'll be on FS1, MRN, and SiriusXM. For the NASCAR Xfinity Series, that'll be on a Saturday, October 5th at noon. We'll be qualifying for the Xfinity Series. That'll be on USA and streaming on NBC Sports. Now, finally, at 4 p.m. Eastern Time will be the race itself for the running of the United Rentals 250. That'll be on the CW Network, MRN, and SiriusXM. Then for the Cup Series at 1:30 p.m. will be qualifying. That'll be on USA, streaming on NBC Sports, MRN, and SiriusXM. Now on Sunday, October 6th, so then will be the race itself at 2 p.m. for the running of the Yellowwood 500. That'll be on NBC, streaming on NBC Sports, MRN, and SiriusXM. Let's have a look now at the Truck Series results. And the winner of the NASCAR Crash and Truck Series at Kansas is Corey Heim, followed by Lane Riggs, Christian Eckers, Caden Honeycutt, Dawson Sutton, Tanner Gray, Roger Cruz, Bailey Curry, Grant Finger, and Connor Mosak are out of the top 10. And Chase Purdy, Nick Sanchez, Dean Thompson, Tyler Ankrum, and Ty Majeski ran out of the top 15. Guess the only big thing I can remember is Corey Day and Matt Mills crashing on the backstretch. It was a very weird crash. Like, it looked like something broke under Mills' truck. And yeah, I don't know, it was really weird and really strange, and considering now that Matt Mills will be coming back to Nissan Motorsports next year, I hope that his season is better next year compared to this year, where he's like, outside of the top 20, I believe. It's pretty bad for Matt Mills, considering that Nissan Motorsports are actually a very competitive team. I mean, hell, there's Bailey Curry in the top 10, Connor Daly also had a good run as well. Caden Honeycutt got into 4th place. So these Motorsports are a very competitive team. It's just maybe it's just the driver or the setup, not too sure. As for Corey Day, this is like his second start in the Truck Series, and that was maybe the biggest hit he's ever had, considering he's also a dirt driver as well. I think racing quarter midgets, I believe, or late. I actually don't know, or sprint cars. But either way, I mean, it's a very hard hit for Corey, and it took him a while to get out of the truck. I could tell he was shaking up, but luckily, I'm just glad that he is okay, because that was a vicious hit into the outside wall. And hell, I mean, Taylor Gray was also part of it as well. I think Day hit Taylor Gray's side of the truck, and that basically kind of screwed him over. And as well, Ty Majeski running out of fuel on the final lap, which was very intense. But it didn't matter because Corey Heim was going to catch up to him either way. So, yeah, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. The main one was the battle between Grant Finger and Ben Rhodes. As you can see, and plus, as you can see, can't see Ben Rhodes. Rhodes was, I think, in the top 5, I believe, very late into the race until ran out of fuel. So, Grant Finger is in, Ben Rhodes is out. And let's have a look as well at the other pictures outside of the top 15. Let's see what we can talk about. Taylor Gray, like I mentioned before, finished down in 18th. Ben Rhodes, 22nd, ran out of fuel in the final lap. Daniel Dye, which this is basically just a race to forget for Daniel. I mean, he was not good at all in this entire day. I mean, he hit the wall a couple times as well, and that basically ended his race and his championship hunt as well. So he finished down in 27th. Lawless Allen, there was a brief moment that we might maybe see a caution with 5 laps to go. Luckily, that did not happen. So he was able to get out of anyone's way. Went down to the apron and pit there, which is good. Corey Day and Matt Mills finished out in 32nd, 34th, like I mentioned before. That was like the only accident which really happened this race. And down in last place was Marco Andretti due to brakes issues in that 04 Roper Racing truck. Let's have a look now at the new updated standings now for the Truck Series playoffs. So let's have a look at the Truck Series standings after Kansas, and now reduced from 10 to 8. Ben Rhodes and Daniel Dye have been eliminated, and this is now what the new playoff standings now looks like. Corey Heim, Christian Eckes, Jaime Majeski, and Nick Sanchez will be entering the next race, which will be at Talladega as the top 4 seeds. Corey Heim is plus 38, Christian Eckes plus 29, Jaime Majeski plus 14, and Nick Sanchez plus 8. While the 4 drivers which are outside the bubble, which includes Roger Cruz minus 8, Tyler Ankrum minus 11, including Grant Enfinger, and Taylor Gray minus 15. Let's have a look now at the NASCAR Xfinity Series results. And the winner of the NASCAR Xfinity Series at Kansas is Eric Almirola, followed by Cole Custer, Chandler Smith, Connor Dillish, Sheldon Creed, Brandon Jones, Austin Hill, Shane Van Gisbergen, Jesse Love, and Riley Herbst ran out the top 10. Then we have Josh Williams, Parker Kligerman, Sam Mayer, Matt Benedetto, and Anthony Alfredo ran out the top 15. Justin Allgaier just keeps getting unlucky. I think it was like during like a restart. I think heading down to the backstretch, and it looked like Connor Zilish just got loose, and then Sheldon Creed almost started wrecking, and that caused Justin Allgaier to spin out on the backstretch, hitting the inside wall. I feel bad for Allgaier because he crashed out in Bristol and he was just miserable there, and now he's crashed out here in Kansas in the first race of the playoffs. Not looking good so far for Justin, I'll be honest. But I think he can definitely bounce back himself in the next race at Talladega. But at the same time, it's Talladega. What else? It's gonna be a bit of mayhem there, I'll be honest. But yeah, there wasn't really much, I'll be honest, in this race. There were a couple of drivers that were a bit angry at each other. Biggest one, Cole Custer and Chandler Smith, both of them had a little confrontation there. It wasn't really anything big. It was just like Cole Custer basically just saying, "Why'd you do that?" I think he was racing him really hard and stuff. Austin Hill did spin out Riley Herbst, and I think Austin Hill, luckily, did came out to Herbst basically apologizing, which is a good sign. And the other one, which I don't know anything about, is Sammy Smith and AJ Allmendinger. I don't know what happened there. I can't really say what happened, but they had a conversation as well. So yeah, quite a lot of playoff drivers are a bit angry with each other. Maybe it is because none of them won the race, but they were still angry at each other. But Eric Almirola, he's just laughing his way down to victory lane, so it didn't really matter for him. But obviously, it doesn't matter for quite a lot of other drivers as well. Let's have a look at the other fishers outside of the top 15. And there's only 3 playoff drivers are outside of the top 15. AJ Allmendinger down in 17th, the first car lap down, followed by Sammy Smith in 22nd, and Justin Allgaier down in 36th. Brad Perez also had a oil pump issue. Dawson Cram, fuel pressure problem. And down in last place is Taylor Gray with an engine problem. Let's have a look now at the Xfinity Series standings. So this is what the standings now looks like after the first round of the playoffs for the Xfinity Series. Cole Custer plus 41 above the color line, so he's pretty safe. Followed by Chandler Smith plus 36, Austin Hill plus 26, Sam Mayer plus 13, Sheldon Creed plus 10, Shane Van Gisbergen plus 8, Jesse Love plus 3, and Riley Herbst only 1 point above the bubble and the cut line. And the 4 drivers that are currently out, which includes Justin Allgaier minus 1, AJ Allmendinger minus 13, Parker Kligerman minus 15, and Sammy Smith minus 23. Obviously, stuff can happen in Talladega. Watch, a DGM driver winning that race. But let's have a look now at the Cup Series results. And the winner of the NASCAR Cup Series at Kansas is Ross Chastain, followed by William Byron, Martin Truex Jr., Ryan Blaney, Ty Gibbs, Alex Bowman, Christopher Bell, Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, and Zane Smith ran out the top 10. Then with Chris Buescher, Austin Dillon, Daniel Suarez, Joe Logano, then Corey LaJoie ran out of the top 15 in this new Rick Ware racing car. Well, there were quite a few playoff drivers that had problems. I guess maybe the biggest one was Kyle Larson, who once again hit the wall. Basically ended his run of the day. He was somewhere. He was mainly in the 20s. Looked like he was gonna be in the late teens, around like 17th or 18th, but fell off at the final end of the restart. Who else? Christopher Bell hit the wall, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, and he was leading as well at that point, and that kind of screwed him over. Who else can we talk about? Austin Cindric spun out on the backstretch. That's also another playoff driver that was affected. Tyler Reddick, pretty sure was also affected or something. I think he had to go down pit road or something, but he was looking like a top 5 car to now finishing somewhere in the 20s. So not the best result there for the regular season champion. But other than that, nothing really. I mean, Chastain, he was the car to beat if it wasn't for Kyle Busch, who some people could say that he kind of got screwed over by Chase Briscoe. I mean, I'm not too sure how to really think about it, just because that I mean, you could say Briscoe squeeze him into the outside wall. Same time, arrow loose is also a thing, and Kyle probably got arrow loose just because of Briscoe's car position. That might be also how Kyle Busch spun out on his own backstretch. But, I mean, I'm not too sure, I'll be honest. There's a blur gray line of should Chase maybe give him a bit more space, considering he's considering, you know, he's about to be a lap down, but same time, he's a playoff driver and competing for a championship. Kyle Busch is not competing for a championship. So that's like the fine line where should Briscoe maybe race, did Briscoe race him a bit too harsh, or was it just fine? I don't know. Like, it's a fine gray area where like yourself as a fan can't really judge. It's mainly, I'll say, maybe the driver who would maybe have that gray line, or the sport itself, I should say, like NASCAR as a whole should maybe have like that as a gray line or like gray area that they should maybe explain. Like, should we maybe implement blue flags into NASCAR? I don't think so, considering that was actually the fun part of, you know, no blue flags is where, you know, lap cars can actually race to still be on the lead lap. That's the great thing, I'll be honest, about having blue flags. But obviously the massive con is that it slows people down and it causes these types of problems where a lap car who's trying to stay on the lead lap kind of gets involved in an incident which can change the whole complexity of the race, like Kyle Busch, who spun on the backstretch. So yeah, I kind of understand why people are pissed off at Chase Briscoe for racing Kyle Busch a bit too hard, but at the same time, he's a lap down. Well, he's about to be a lap down. He doesn't want to be a lap down. He's a playoff driver. He's competing for the championship. So it's a massive like weighing difference. So that's what I'll say. Let's now have a look at the other figures outside of the top 15, shall we? There's Kyle Busch down in 19th place. After hitting the wall, I'm pretty sure before this entire thing happened. Like, maybe he cut a tire down, but not too sure though. And we have a trio of playoff drivers, Chase Briscoe, Tyler Reddick, and Kyle Larson, 24th, 25th, and 26th respectively, while the lowest was Austin Cindric down in 34th after his spin. Justin Haley, who swapped from Rick Ray Racing to Spy Motorsports for the rest of this year and next year as well, finished out in 33rd after pretty sure it was a collision with Eric Jones, I believe. And yeah, I mean, you could say that 7 car is cursed. You could easily say that just because of, you know, LaJoie had some decent moments last year, then kind of flopped. Justin Haley, who theoretically should be better than Corey LaJoie, also struggled here. So you could say that a 7 car is a bit cursed. Who else? Jimmy Johnson was kind of in a first lap wreck, I'm pretty sure. Just JJ Yaley with electrical problems. And down in last place was Josh Berry, who crashed out on lap 1. Let's now look at the Cup Series standings. So this is what the playoffs now looks like after Kansas. William Byron plus 34 above the cut line. He's pretty safe headed into Talladega, but obviously stuff can happen in Talladega. Ryan Blaney plus 28, including Christopher Bell. Kyle Larson plus 18. Denny Hamlin plus 11. Alex Bowman plus 8. Chase Elliott plus 4, including Joey Logano. And the first driver out is Tyler Reddick. The regular season champion is currently outside of the top 8, -4. Daniel Suarez, -14. Chase Briscoe, -25. And Austin Cindric, -29. It's gonna be very, very interesting to see how the playoff picture would play out during Talladega, because I expect that some of these playoff drivers to be quite aggressive, I'll be honest, in this race. So just a reminder, the next year's schedule race will be at Talladega for Trucks, Xfinity, and the Cup Series. So now, guys, to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me, especially on this channel. Let me know what you think is going to happen in Talladega. Are we going to see another blowy? Maybe. That sounds really weird, but you get what I mean. So that's really bad for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys next time in the next one. Goodbye.